Hello and welcome to Atelier John F. Clement, where you can learn how to create your own personal patterns to make clothes that fits no matter your size. Last time I showed you how to construct a basic waistcoat from the dress pattern. In this video I'm going to show you how to construct a men's waistcoat. The waistcoat is a very versatile piece of clothing. It can be used in many ways. You can use it in the summer without anything else, depending on the fabric you use. You can use it with a t-shirt or a shirt under, or more formally as a part of a three-piece suit. And you can create it in different styles, with or without lapel and collar, and eventually add a back strap. Let me show you how. This men's waistcoat pattern is based on your own measurements and calculations. The calculations are slightly different from the size chart you can download for free to get started. I will go through the size chart, so pay attention and take notes. And if anyone is interested, I will make a manual available to purchase for a reasonable amount. Just leave a comment below. So as you can see here, some of the measurements from the size chart you can download is the same. The full height, the chest circumference, and the waist circumference. The back height is slightly different. Here you take 1/8 of the chest circumference, a quarter of the full height for the back length, and 1/10 of half the chest circumference for the neck width. The armhole depth that you have to use is this equals the same as the back height up here. Then you have to calculate the back width, 2/10 of the chest circumference, plus additional measures. For the armhole width, 1/8 of the chest circumference, and for the chest width, a quarter of the chest circumference up here. Then you have to add these three measures and deduct half of the chest circumference to find out if you have enough ease at the chest height. An additional measure that you need in this pattern is the belly width, a quarter of the waist circumference, minus half a centimeter to 1 centimeter. And you have to figure out how wide you want your shoulder width to be when the pattern is done. So that's how it looks, slightly different from the other size chart that you can download for free. So I hope this clarifies. So after you took your measurement and made your calculation, starting to draw a long vertical line on the left on your cardboard. From the upper point, the neck point, you put down the measures that you calculated. First, the back height, and then the back length. Draw perpendicular lines from the first point up here at the back height and at the back length all the way over. At the back length, you measure 2.5 centimeters in to the left. You extend the new point 10 to 11 centimeters perpendicular down, and draw the center back up to half the point of the first measure, the back height. So half the point is here, and you connect to the point down here. Next, you mark your neck measurement from the neck point this way and go 1.5 centimeters up. Draw the neckline curve with the curved ruler and extend it 1 centimeter further up. At the chest width line, here at the back height, measure your back width to the left and draw a perpendicular line up to the first line from here. Mark the shoulder angle 2 centimeters down and draw and connect this point to the point up here at the neckline. To start with, you go 2 centimeters in for the shoulder and adjust it later on when the pattern is about to finish. From the back width line here, you mark your armhole measure from your size chart plus 4 centimeters this way. The 4 centimeters is for the space between the two pattern pieces later on. Draw a new perpendicular line up here. Measure 3.5 centimeters back. For the sideline on the front piece, from the line that you drew up here, you continue down to the waist. From this point, measure your chest width towards the front. And from the same point at the waistline, measure your belly width or stomach width, if you will, to the front. There might be a slightly difference. That's why after you connect these 2 points, you divide this measure and this measure into 2 and connect these 2 points and continue the line up. From this point up here, draw a new perpendicular line from the mid of the front piece to the right. Draw another perpendicular line from the new line here down until you reach the crossing point at the chest width line. Measure 3 centimeters down and connect the neck point with the new point at the shoulder. You measure the back shoulder and put the same measure here, a few centimeters shorter. Mark the front neckline according to your neck measurement, perpendicular down. And again to the left, the same measure plus 1.5 centimeter. Draw the neckline with a curved ruler and connect the front neck point to the center front at your chest width line and extend center front perpendicular down from the waist. Draw the incision line perpendicular to the waist line, 2 centimeters to the right from the middle. All the way up to the chest width line and down to the seam line. Distribute 1.5 centimeters. Measure 5 centimeters down from here to the top of the incision. And from the waistline, you go perpendicular down on each side. Draw your front side by connecting the point here. We put 3.5 out from on the front down to the waistline where we put 2.5. Connect these 2 points and continue down to the seam line and go 1 centimeter out. Connect this point with the waistline. Connect the side seam to center front from here to here. And I will show you how to adjust the seam line later on in the video. To finish the back piece, you have to take half of your waist measurement plus 6.5 centimeters, starting from here at center front at the waistline, and you take the measure and put it this way and mark it down. This 6.5 measure includes the 2 incisions that we are going to do and 3.5 centimeters extra width for ease of the waistcoat. Now measure from this new point to center back and put that measurement from the side point on the front piece to the right. This is your back side. Connect this point with the point 4 centimeter from the front side at the chest line and continue down like on the front piece and go 1 centimeters out here. Connect this to the waistline and connect this point to center back. For the incision on the back piece, you take the measure from here to here, divide it into 2, and add 2 centimeters extra to the right. You draw a perpendicular line up, again 5 centimeters from the chest width line. You put 1.5 centimeters for the incision and connect to the seam line. Next, we have to lower the armhole 3 centimeters down on each side and curve them nicely up to the shoulder line. At the end, take some control measures. You measure on the front piece to the armhole and again to center back. Again from the center front at the waistline to the incision to the side, and the same on the back piece, and add these measures to see if there's enough ease to move. Decide the length of the waistcoat mid-front and what kind of neckline and seam line that you want. Make a copy on silk pattern paper of the 2 pieces. Like I did here. Compare the 2 sides, put the sides together from the waist and up to see if you have a nice even line here at the armhole, and again connect from the waist down to draw a nice even line for the seam line. You can decide to have the same here as I did, or you can decide to have a more angle, two angles instead of just in the center front. But make sure that it has at the incision that it's the same length on both sides. So to control that, you put one side of the incision to the other side on the basic pattern, and then you can see at the seam line if it's nicely even. And the same for the back width. Put one side of the incision to the other side on the basic pattern to have a nice even line. You decide how you want your neckline. For this pattern that I made for myself, I decided to go with a classic line like this. Put the two shoulders together on the copy and check if you have a nice even neckline and adjust if necessary. And again, and the same for the armhole at the shoulder. See if there's a nice even line here. At the end, you put some extra width on the front, center front, for the buttons. I used 2 centimeters here. You can go from 1.5 to 2.5, depending on the size of your buttons. So you place the buttonholes like this from center front and inside, and the buttons like this. When all the lines are adjusted, you put seam allowances all around the pattern pieces, and you sew it in the same order as the waistcoat I demonstrated in my previous video. And that's about it. I hope this video was helpful. Let me know how your waistcoat pattern turns out in the comments below. And if you have any questions or experience any problems, don't hesitate to reach out. And I will get back to you as soon as I can. If you found this content useful, consider hitting the like button, comment, and follow along. It helps to beat the algorithm. Thank you for watching. I will see you in my next video about the blazer jacket. Until then, bye for now.